Welcome to St. Mary Community Field. Actually, it's St. Mary Family Field here in Gaylord, Michigan. We've got a dandy lined up for you this afternoon. Beautiful day for football, mostly sunny skies, about 68 degrees outside. We've got fans piling into the stands as we speak, and we've got Forest area up from the Fife Lake area there to bring us some exciting Ski Valley Conference action tonight. Mostly clear skies. I'll tell you what, that is a whole lot better than what we saw across northern Michigan last week. I'm Tom Clemenson. We've got Tyler Blom on the call with us tonight. And we cannot forget Zach Kennedy, our man behind the curtain, so to speak. He's our tech advisor, going to make sure we keep everything straight today. This is the J&J Construction pregame show. You know, many times we look at getting a project started at home, construction, remodel, you name it, and you don't even know where to begin. But that's where J&J Construction comes in. Like you, they'll help you every step of the way, get you into that dream home. Trusted by everyone, respected by all. J&J Construction, a proud supporter of Gaylord St. Mary Athletics. So, Tyler, St. Mary coming off a respectable 34-20 win against Central Lake in Week 2. Had their early struggles, falling behind 20-8 in the first quarter, but managed to get back into it and take a halftime lead. And penalties were a real killer for them. The Trojans played the second half without senior running back Grant Miller, and that certainly helped the Gaylord St. Mary effort out there last week. St. Mary's second quarter momentum, halftime adjustments, kept them moving forward, and that's kind of the key to the win. Central Lake looked like a really good team last week, and, you know, you looked at the film. I mean, the penalties were kind of outrageous.
Absolutely. I think they're going to have to really keep O'Connell on their radar. Obviously, he had a heck of a game last week. And there's a brand new building going in next door. That's pretty cool to look at construction-wise.
Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful field, beautiful weather tonight. I cannot wait. Anticipation for Friday night football is growing in the air.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Forest area, a different team than the two previous matchups St. Mary's had. This is Forest area's third regular season game, all three of them on the road. So they've yet to play at home in this 2025 campaign. They're looking for their first win. They lost to Pellston last week 24-12, or rather in week 1, 24-12. And, you know, getting shut out at Cedarville last week, 52-0. Now, Pellston's 3-0 on the season. They've won their last night against Bel Air. Cedarville, always a tough team to play up in the UP, especially when you're a Lower Peninsula team. Now, tonight, they've got St. Mary, and this may be their best opportunity so far to try and earn a win. If you're Forest area, it's been tough sledding for several years.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if Forest area Warriors, if they can double down on their defense tonight, I really think that they're going to open up their offense opportunity-wise. And if all else fails, there's multiple interceptions that St. Mary's is capable of with their coverage. So if they can keep it on the ground and get some incremental yardage that way, at least they're taking the interception out of the game.
Yeah, talking about a grind-it-out kind of strategy if you're the Warriors. Now, a couple of things to note. This just in, so to speak. Charlie Cameron not going to play. He's not dressed tonight. They're handling a thumb, and it's really just a preponderance, a caution to keep him out tonight and let him have the extra week to rest. We'll see a lot of Joe Jacobson taking the snaps. He's the number 2 quarterback, and the coach is really looking at this as an opportunity for him to get some meaningful snaps, you know, before the games really start to get intense as we make our way toward that final regular season game against Inland Lakes. They're feeling pretty confident. Of course, Nathan O'Connell, the number 1 QB, is available if they want to go to him. But for tonight, we'll see a lot of Joe Jacobson taking the snaps. And he's done a really good job in practice. We've seen him do a really good job as a starting cornerback, rather. Tonight will be an opportunity to see how he does running the offense for the St. Mary Snowbirds. Another one to mention, too, we'll probably see some different looks in the backfield. A little more Cal Royce. We saw a lot of him last week in Central Lake late in the game. And, of course, we've got Logan Grenier. He has been a workhorse. I don't know that we're going to see him a lot. We'll see a lot of touches, I expect. Probably Braden Durecki. A few more carries for him, the senior running back. We saw him a little bit against Rudyard and a little bit against Central Lake look for the coaches to try and get him more involved in the game tonight. Now, that's going to get us to our keys of the game. And if you're Forest area, what are you looking at?
If you're Forest area, you got to keep the penalties down.
Yeah.
You got to get your defense in a way that's getting stops consistently. And all of these seem like vague points, but against this St. Mary offense, it's imperative to do. Because if you don't, they're going to eat that field up. And on offense, I mean, if they can pass that ball, that's a quick way to get some yardage, and it's a little bit tougher to cover if they can pull it off. But the run game also has to be that insurance policy for them. Basically, what I'm saying is I think against this St. Mary Snowbird team, you have to do everything right all at once and to really mitigate your mistakes if you're looking at securing a victory.
Well, one of the things, too, as we mentioned, Charlie Cameron not going to be on that defensive line for the Snowbirds, so we've got to see somebody step up if you're Gaylord St. Mary. And on the offensive side, Tyler, that was one of the places they struggled in that first quarter against Central Lake, is picking up those blocking assignments and hitting those blocking assignments, making the right adjustments. The running backs, especially in the first quarter, had a difficult time finding any kind of space to get that run game going. So we'll see how that works out. Now, I tell you, as young as they are, St. Mary can run away with this one if they focus on one thing primarily, and that's the standard. At least 6 offside calls on the defense for them last week against Central Lake in that first half. And, you know, it was a hard count, and it was a lot of tempo variation as well. So they try and run some hurry up. And they'd use that hard count, and I expect that those are 2 things that they could do tonight to try and frustrate that St. Mary defense.
Yeah, that is a strategy, and doing the standard right, that's going to contribute for both teams across the board. It is high school football, however, these teams are now into their second, third week, and I think that discipline's starting to get a little bit more keen for all of the football players in Northern Michigan.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a look at the rest of the Ski Valley, get you teed up for this Week 3 matchup between St. Mary and Forest area when the J&J Construction pregame show continues on Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Welcome back to the J&J Construction pregame show on Next Level Broadcasting. Tom Clemenson along with Tyler Blom. And, of course, we've got Zach Kennedy behind the curtain running tonight's game. We appreciate him, all his efforts to keep us on track tonight. You know, besides tonight's game, we've got a lot of action across the Ski Valley Conference. Onaway is at home tonight against Rogers City. Inland Lakes hosting Central Lake. As we look out there, Pellston improved to 3-0, 2-0 in the Ski Valley Conference after last night's 46-8 win over Bel Air. And for now, they sit on top of the Ski Valley Conference. Inland Lake, St. Mary, and Onaway all have an opportunity to share that lead with wins tonight. Now, another action on Next Level Broadcasting. Charlevoix travels to Tawas. Traverse City St. Francis is at Benzie Central. Elk Rapids is at Oscoda. And East Jordan hosting Kalkaska. All those games available live and on demand on nextlevelbroadcasting.net. Well, it's almost time. Gaylord has won 3 of their matchups with Forest Area going back to 2020. Now, last year, they were not scheduled to meet Forest Area, forced to forfeit the previous season. And for Forest Area, this is all about building some confidence and respectability. They looked competitive in week 1 against Pellston. And they'll need to try and exploit that St. Mary inexperience if they've got a shot to win tonight. Continuity being the biggest hurdle for them. Tyler, what do you think about Gaylord? Is this possibly a trap scenario for them, just kind of looking historically at how these teams have matched up?
I mean, if you're going to attack it statistically, I think that it's pretty good odds, especially since the younger classmen are stepping up this year already. And there's always a possibility for anything to happen. So if Fife Lake boys want to bring the game to them, we'll see it all unfold tonight.
And they'll have an opportunity, too, again, with a couple of key players going to be kind of on the sidelines and giving their understudies an opportunity to get some reps. So we'll see how that goes. Again, Nathan O'Connell is available to play, as is Logan Grenier. We expect we'll see a lot of Joe Jacobson tonight under center. And we'll see how he develops as a playmaker. Of course, his older brother graduated last year and a big-time football player here. But the whole bottom line is we are on a crash course for Indian River. But the big question is Forest area, are they going to be a test or an opportunity for these Snowbirds? We're going to find out. Kickoff coming up next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Welcome back to the J&J Construction pregame show. Your matchup tonight, Gaylord St. Mary against the Forest Area Warriors. Coming from the Fife Lake area and, of course, Forest area looking for their first win of the season. Gaylord St. Mary looking to stay perfect tonight. They right now in position to take a share of the conference lead as Bel Air won last night against Pellston. And they're 3-0, perfect, 2-0 in the Ski Valley Conference. So lots to kind of talk about tonight. One of the things we just got to say, beautiful weather for football all across northern Michigan. 70 degrees out there right now, mostly sunny skies. And, if you're thinking that this is the norm, I mean, maybe you see some of these days here and there. Yeah, Tyler? This time of year?
Yeah, I'm a farmer and I'm a hunter, so I'm constantly paying attention to the weather and the skies, and this is a huge blessing.
But it isn't going to last forever. Eventually, the leaves, and we're starting to see them change already all across the snow belt area here in that middle part, Gaylord, Lewiston area. And, one of the things that it makes you think about is winter is coming. And with winter, of course, is an opportunity to escape the cold and the dark and take yourself a vacation. So if you want to dream of sun and sand, TVC Cherry Capital Airport's going to take you there. You can plan that trip right now, whether you want to go to a Florida beach or the Caribbean or maybe hit the links with Tyler down in Phoenix. Non-stop flights on Allegiant or with just one stop on American Delta or United. You can book your fall or winter vacation to 20 non-stop destinations served by all 7 airlines, including Avalo and Sun Country. Don't miss. Our seats are filling fast, so now is the time to book your 2025 fall vacation experience. Visit tvc.com, tvcairport.com for the up-to-the-minute flight details. All right, so we've got just about 5 minutes or so before we'll tee this one up and get ready to kick it off for you. Just want to mention a couple of our other sponsors while we're at it. We have got a player of the game to announce at the end. You don't want to miss out on that, and it's brought to you by one of our great sponsors, Rafi's Hibachi and Sushi Bar. If you want to celebrate a big win or maybe a special anniversary, they're going to help you make those plans and make it a destination with something on the menu for everyone. They're also proud to sponsor the player of the game tonight and every night here, and they'll receive a gift certificate to Rafi's. So we appreciate them. And, of course, the post-game pizza party established at Mama Leone's, started in 1953. They've been serving up world-class Italian cuisine and pizza. Family-owned restaurant. And Zach and I went there 2 weeks ago to check that out, and it's a good time. Get on down there to Mama Leone's, located on 2583 South Otsego Avenue in Gaylord. Tyler, you been down there for the pizza post-game yet?
I have. We do our Otsego Community Basketball League down there, and we get the pepperoni pizza sometimes. The breadsticks are always hot. And the recipes go back to, I think, the 50s, if memory serves correctly. Just a very good place, not corporate, and that local cuisine is something that you got to go experience for yourself.
It's kind of that destination spot here, and you know, Rafi's Hibachi as well. The sushi bar is kind of one of those up and coming spots here in the Gaylord area, and that's one of the spots that we hope to hit maybe this weekend. My wife has been bothering me to take her out to that spot. She's heard nothing but good things about Rafi's Hibachi, so that's one we got to check out. Have you been there yet, Tyler?
Yes, I have. I golf with Rafi himself at the Drummond League, and his sushi rolls are legit. He's got a sushi chef over there that you can watch as he chops and wraps all of those sushi cuisines up, and it's just a delightful atmosphere. Yeah, go on and check it out. That's a great place to go get some grub.
Sounds good. Well, we've got one more game note for the Forest Area Warriors. Their senior quarterback, Michael Jenkins, wears number 0, not dressed for tonight's game. Not sure exactly if that's an injury or an illness, but he is not present, and that's a big blow for Forest Area starting quarterback Michael Jenkins. That senior leadership is difficult to replace, and it's a team that, you know, they only have 3-4 juniors and that one senior. Very young team like St. Mary, a lot of freshmen on this club. And so a big blow for them, but we'll just see. Somebody's got to step up. That's the name of the game. And with that, we'll step aside. We're going to tee it up next. You're watching Next Level Broadcasting, St. Mary football.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your northern Michigan connection.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Rafi's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field, where we are ready to get things underway. Paid our respects to the Most High and, of course, our nation and each other here at St. Mary Family Field as the Warriors from Forest area look to challenge these St. Mary Snowbirds. Tyler Blum here with me, Tom Clemenson, and, of course, we've got Zach Kennedy running the show. We have got a good game for you tonight. Of course, we've got some players that we might have wanted to see tonight a little bit. Charlie Cameron going to be nursing a sore thumb. We'll see a lot of Joe Jacobson taking the first string reps at quarterback, and we'll see a mix of running backs tonight for St. Mary's. Of course, on the other side of the field, Michael Jenkins, the senior quarterback, is not dressed tonight. Don't even see him on the sideline, so we hope he's doing okay. And, well, we're ready to kick things off. Tyler, what's the tone we got to set to get things going?
We got to come out with some energy. That's the biggest thing. It's kind of like a oil and water mixture here. What a great opportunity for O'Connell to get some rest and see what Jacobson has to offer. It is kind of a tragedy that Michael Jenkins isn't suiting up tonight, so we'll just see how all this unfolds as kickoff is about to rip off.
So the Snowbirds won the toss and deferred. That means the Warriors are going to go ahead and kick things off, wearing the green pants and white jerseys. The St. Mary Snowbirds in their white pants with the red, white, and blue jerseys. And we are underway here as we're looking at a squib kick, and it's just at that 10-yard marker where it's picked up by George Mertz, the junior, falls down on that. So good starting field position for St. Mary.
Yep, ball game has started. We're going to see what happens between offense and defense. I'm really, really excited to see what the Snowbirds line is going to look like right now in this possession.
And so here we go. Ball spotted at the Warriors' 48-yard line to start off. Jacobson in the shotgun. He's got a power set, takes that, hands it off, up the middle. That looks like Durecki as he goes. He's got wide open space all the way home on that beautiful off tackle, and he's in the end zone. That's how you get things started. Braden Durecki found his hole and made it all the way down for an easy 6.
Talk about just a shotgun blast of energy. Just like you asked me, Tom, how do you got to start this game? That's how you got to start this game right there.
That's an amazing play. Great job just scheming that one up. Forest area not quite ready for it, and St. Mary, as per usual, going to go for 2. They've got Cal Royce in the backfield. Durecki set up on the left side. Royce has got it. He's hit, but looks like he was able to get it in, and they'll go ahead and give him 2 points.
Cal Royce.
Yeah, he put his shoulder down, and he was not taking no for an answer on that drive.
So a really quick 10 seconds, and St. Mary already up 8-0 here in the first quarter. With that, we'll step aside for a quick break. Back with more on Next Level Broadcasting. Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field, where your Snowbirds are up
8-0 with just 10 seconds off the
clock, getting ready to kick things off. It was a Durecki touchdown on an initial run for 48 yards, followed up with Cal Royce punching it in for a 2-point conversion, and now Royce going to kick it off to the Forest area Warriors.
Yeah, you couldn't have drew it up any better than that. Coach O'Connell, he's got to be well pleased with that.
Well, and what you like to see there is just kind of sealing that edge as well as the kick goes back into the end zone for a touchback. Royce has shown he's got quite a leg. He can kick it short, he can kick it long, and with no wind tonight like they had a week ago, he's able to really let it rip. So Forest area going to start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I bet you the coaches are after him. Royce got an arm. Fast pitch, baseball. He's on the football team. Now he's on the soccer team, it looks like.
Catches the ball, runs the ball, kicks the ball. Pretty good linebacker. So at quarterback, Eli McKee for Forest area, wearing number 9 tonight. Looking at 2 of their backs, Mason Jewett and number 2, Ryan Hyde in the backfield. And already looking at, just look at the body language of these St. Mary Snowbirds on that defensive line, and you can tell the pressure is coming. And there it is. It's going to be a direct snap to the halfback. He's going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss. Tried a little trickery there, Tyler.
Yeah, that was a swarm of hornets on that football like a block of honey.
That's exactly what it looked like. Sans the Pelston Hornets. All right, well, that's going to bring up 2nd and long. Call it 14. McKee getting that play into the huddle, and here we go.
Yeah, these Warriors, they got to dig deep. They got to get to a place where they're getting hungry and thirsty for it. That's what it's going to take on a football game like this, Tom.
So they've got 3 in the backfield now. It's going to be a snap over to Hyde. He tries to find the edge, and he's not able to get there. Nice tackle by Cash Weasel.
Ryan Hyde tries.
Yeah, that's even though it wasn't for a gain, that was nice to see at least some space created by the Warriors there, just a little bit, just trying to figure it out step by step.
2-yard loss on the play brings up 3rd and 16.
Making the play. Another loss on the play. 3rd and
This is tough sledding. It's just one of those things where if you're the Forest Area Warriors, you're just looking to get a little bit of momentum. It really got to start with one big play and just build on it.
Yeah.
St. Mary, of course, they want to put this game away early if they can. So it's going to be Ryan Hyde taking the snaps. Shotgun formation, a little bit high. He's trying to keep it, but nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Slipped and, of course, on that coverage was Jackson Vernier. That's going to bring up 4th and probably about 15. See what this flag is on the field as the referee comes over.
That was good work by Vernier.
They're going to call a false start on Forest Area. That, of course, going to be declined.
Penalty is declined.
So that'll bring up 4th and now they're going to say 3rd down. All right. 3rd and 16. Here we go. McKee bringing the play in. We've seen Hyde take the snap the last 3 times.
The St. Mary Snowbirds are getting an awful lot of this juice here from the energy created by all these little cheerleaders out front, Tom.
That's right. They got the youngsters out there with the varsity cheerleading squad. Got a timeout now called by Forest Area. That'll be their first. Hey, while we're here and while we're taking that timeout, if you're on I-75 and driving up toward the Mackinac Bridge or anywhere up north, you want to take a timeout, stop at exit 301. Schultz Marathon Gas Station and Party Store is your spot. And it's a marquee destination, so all those Snowbird travelers heading north for road trips, of course, that's where they always go. They've got a wide selection of snacks and refreshments, delicious pizza, quality service, and a proud sponsor of Snowbird football on Next Level Broadcasting. That's Schultz Marathon Gas Station and Party Store. Check them out. Again, exit 301, and of course, Gaylord St. Mary alum Pat Schultz at the helm. Schultz Party Store. All right, here we go. We've got 4th and 20, and punter all the way back in their own end zone.
You want to know what my favorite thing to get at Schultz Party Store is, Tom?
What's that?
Dill pickle sunflower seeds.
Oh, my goodness. Really? Here we go. Punt is away. Not a lot of pressure there for him. Royce is going to pick it up at the 40. Started to go right, now left. Gets a nice block to cut him loose. Little bit of a stumble before he's taken out of bounds. Number 22, Mason Jewett, able to prevent the touchdown on there. But Gaylord St. Mary starting off with some great field position. Looks like they're going to spot that on the 11. 1st and 10. So Joe Jacobson coming out for his 2nd series. Of course, the first series was one play. That was a beautiful run on the left side. That was Braden Durecki on the carry for that play.
I thought that this was flag football for a split second, the way that Cal Royce's, whatever that towel is on the back of him, came right off after the tackle.
So we got a holding call during the return against Gaylord St. Mary. That'll back him up a little bit. So that's going to be
on that return.
Ball spotted at the 21-yard line.
The 21-yard line. Snowbirds will have it 1st and 10 there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the body language, like you were saying, Tom, of the Warriors line, and you can tell there's a lot of teaching going on the field.
And we're underway here. Royce in the backfield with Jacobson. He's going to throw a quick screen out to the right. Gets a block, makes a move. He's down to the 10 before he's taken out of bounds. Nice carry by George Mertz again. Just a quick screen pass and pretty effective blocking. You love to see that from your wide receivers.
Yeah, that pass was thrown just a tad low, but it didn't matter one bit. He had sticky hands.
There you go. So play coming in now. It looked like they were going to line up there on the left side. That's Cash Weasel and George Mertz teaming up. And that's exactly how they're going to set up. Royce again in the backfield. Jacobson in the shotgun. Vernier moving over to that right side. He's going to stay a pass block. Jacobson rolls out. Little hot, little high.
Jacobson rolls.
Some mustard on that one as he tries to hit Weisel, who went up for it. Weisel, rather, who went up for it, but not able to bring it in.
Yeah, that's one of the faster throws from a QB high school football that I've seen. And he had to launch right up there like a rocket and try to OBJ that catch.
Yeah, that was that was one of those Brett Favre hot ones coming in. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8 now. We've got 2 in the backfield. Now Royce is going to set up just in front of his quarterback. Durecki takes the handoff. He finds some room. He's around the edge and in the end zone. His 2nd touchdown tonight. Looked like he was going to try and go middle, bounced it out and right into the end zone for his 2nd score tonight.
That young man is on fire, 2 for 2.
And how about sealing that edge? Great job by the offense, too, to get that edge sealed and give him the space to be able to get into the end zone. 14-0 now with 9:06 in the first quarter. They'll go for 2. Royce is in the backfield with Jacobson. Durecki over there on the left side of that line. They're going to hand it off to Royce. No, it's a quick pass. Tried to connect that one with Mark Furman, but not able to get the sophomore. A little bit high and away. So that's going to be no good. And with that, 9:06 to go, we're going to step aside and bring you the kickoff. That's next on Next Level Broadcasting.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Snowbirds.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. Your Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds up 14-0 after Durecki's 2nd rushing touchdown of the evening. Royce now ready to kick it off deep to the Warriors as we are still looking for a little bit of offensive signs of life. And that one's going to be fielded just inside the 10. Going to take it up to the 20 before he slips just across the 20.
Fields the kickoff.
That one carried by, it looked like
right around the
Eli McKee.
I think that was Eli Switolski, and that is the momentum that they have needed. A little bit of gain of yardage. Just take that horse and run with it.
21-yard line.
McKee coming in. We got to make sure we get some love for the young cheerleaders there before halftime. Tyler also acting as one of our camera operators tonight. He is a multitasker, and that's what it's all about at Next Level Broadcasting.
Hallelujah, they're giving it their best.
That's going to be a little bit of a high snap, and St. Mary all over that one as Ryan Hyde is smothered in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of about 5, maybe 6. We'll see where that spot goes. It looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 15. I mean, like you were saying earlier, Tyler, it's one of those situations where you really just got to execute as much as you can to perfection if you're going to have any chance tonight.
Yeah, They got to execute every single thing right, and I want them to. I want them to march up this field right now.
So with 2nd and 15, Hyde set up in the shotgun. He's got McKee in the backfield with him as well. A little bit of a mishandle on that snap. They were looking to do a direct snap to Mason Jewett, who was lined up in the backfield on that left side.
He covers it up.
Ryan Hyde jumped on that ball, and you could just see the frustration as he pounds the ground with his fist there.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's absolutely frustrating. You're trying to execute those little things to just kind of making it difficult here. Going to bring up 3rd and 21 now for the Warriors.
Tom, I can never tell when they turn them Friday night lights on.
What do you mean you can never tell?
Well, it just seems like right in the middle of the broadcast, boom, you look up and they're just on.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. It's nostalgic.
Friday Night Lights, that's what it's all about. So 3rd and 21 here. The Warriors looking to try and get something going. Hyde tries to work it outside, and nothing doing as the Snowbirds get into the backfield. That tackle.
Ryan Hyde tries that.
Looks like Logan Grenier.
Logan Grenier in the backfield once again. Makes that tackle.
And he's been a force on the both sides of the ball for St. Mary. Of course, we're seeing a little bit of a different wrinkle on the offensive side, but Grenier is obviously still a force on that right side of the defensive line in that linebacker position. He's a multifaceted weapon for these Snowbirds. So 4th down, and the punter is just about to his end line here as the Warriors get ready to kick this one away. A high snap, he's able to hang on to it. Not a lot of a rush there as Royce initially was going to go for it. And it looked like it was touched by a couple of guys. I'm not really sure what this one's going to be called. They're going to say forest area fell on that, but it looked like after Gaylord St. Mary touched it, but it looked like it was initially touched
across the 30-yard
way
line.
back by
the
forest area, which should have been a dead ball. So
yeah,
the
there was.
Need to talk about this one. The forest area defender, when Royce backed out, he was initially going to do a fair catch. When he backed out of the way, it bounced and hit what it looked like to hit a Forest Area Warriors player. And then it hit a couple of other folks, a Snowbird in the mix, and finally, Forest Area. They're going to go ahead and say it's a turnover.
I know at least 4 green jerseys fell on that ball.
And down right where the Warriors touched it first, so the Snowbirds will
So
have
they
it
did.
first and 10
So they did get this one. Good to see that they take a minute to huddle up. So your Snowbirds offense on the field, Jacobson in an empty backfield from the shotgun. Look for Royce on that right side. He's going to go left, though. He's got his man. That's complete to Cash Weissel. Tried to make something happen there. Shake him loose. A little shimmy shake there as he gets himself down to about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice play. That was good yardage outside, good connection between the quarterback and the receiver.
2nd and 2. Alex Lalonde.
Jacobson coming in. 2nd and 2 upcoming. 14-point lead here.
It almost seems like St. Mary's is just kind of like feeling out the deepest parts of their bag as far as plays-wise and strategy. Didn't see a lot of this strategy in the previous home game.
No, and again, I think the coaches are aware of the fact that they want to try it. This is a plane they're kind of building in flight as they make this march for a conference title. It's all about developing week to week as Jacobson goes deep and he finds his man. Beautiful connection with George Mertz for the touchdown pass.
George Mertz.
Nice ball.
That was a missile, a well-guided missile.
Let's get a replay on that when we can. That was just a beautiful spiral. You look at as it kind of leaves his hand there, and it's just a really nice play. Well, we'll try and get that for you later on if we can. So we're going to see if they can get that extra point punched in there. Your score right now, 20-0. That beautiful pass there from Jacobson into the end zone. Looked like it was a post route initially and able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, Joe Jacobson's getting some real nice reps this game, and he's doing well with them.
Setting up on a passing situation. He's looking for his man. He gets it in there. It's going to be knocked away. He was looking for Cash Weissel again, but well covered top and bottom, and they're able to knock that one down. So another 2-point opportunity, no good with 5:41. We're going to step aside. Your St. Mary Snowbirds 20, the Forest Area Warriors nothing. You're watching St. Mary football on Next Level Broadcasting.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. Your Snowbirds up 20-0 over the visiting Forest Area Warriors. Tom Clemenson along with Tyler Bloom. We've got Zach Kennedy in the booth with us here. Our engineer tonight, bringing you all these beautiful graphics. And kicking things off here, it's Cal Royce going deep again. This one over the head of the returner, but not far enough. He's going to have to pick that one up at the 4. Looking for a little bit of room to run. And that's not going to get anywhere. Not really. It's to the 15-yard line. Almost feel like he should have tried to make a play on that one, but hindsight 2020.
There's a lot of football being played on this end of the field right now, Tom.
Absolutely right, and we'll see if the offense can get things going here for the Warriors. That's McKee on the sideline, going to get the play and bring it into the huddle, and that's kind of how they've run, taking their time, very deliberate. I mean, they know they've got a mountain to climb, but again, trying to be patient and just get a little bit of momentum going if you're Forest Area.
Yeah, maybe a stack to one side, able to get a little bit of that room like they did last drive. And coaching on the fly, I'm sure, for this team as well, missing their quarterback.
Ryan Hyde takes the snap. He's going to try the right side. It's well covered. There's Logan Greenier on that left side, and he's able to get in there and tackle him for a loss. Pretty significant loss, too. It looks like about 6 or 7 yards on that one, maybe 6.
Yeah, Ryan Hyde had nowhere to go there at all.
That's kind of been the theme so far for the Warriors offense. Just haven't had the time or space to really get anything going. It's a tough sled.
Yeah, they've got a mountain to climb here.
McKee now bringing the play in.
Look at how much fun this crowd is having right now.
Absolutely. Also should mention, if you're a St. Mary fan, they've got jerseys on sale for donation. Some of the high school jerseys look like they had a couple of helmets in there as well. Now play underway. Trying to work another direct snap to Mason Jewett, and again, just nowhere to go.
22, Mason Jewett tries the
and he's
left
now, they're inside the 5, down to about the 4-yard line. They're going backwards, and this is not the way you want to get the game started. 3rd and very long here, almost 20.
Kudos to the Snowbirds athletic football program here. I don't know what kind of string they got in, first string, second string, mixture of the two, but these boys, they are playing football. They're pushing that ball back on defense consistently, and they're making plays instantaneously on offense.
Yeah, we are. We're definitely seeing some young folks out there, and maybe even some of the juniors too that we don't see a lot of or call the names a lot of times. As we've got a timeout on the field. Let me just mention to you, if you're trying to level up your fitness game, try the Powerhouse Gym throughout the course of the game. St. Mary student athletes, of course, they're always tested mentally, physically, and even spiritually. And well, those are values that you find also at the Powerhouse Gym, and they're a proud supporter. To help make tonight's live stream broadcast possible, we thank all of our folks down at Powerhouse Gym. for being a sponsor. Also want to give a quick shout out to Mama Leone's, established in 1953. They've been serving up world-class Italian cuisine and pizza, family-owned restaurant, all the way back to 1953. And it's, of course, our spot for the official post-game after party. We gather after the St. Mary Snowbirds victories. And, of course, we hope to see you after the game at Mama Leone's, located on 2583 South Otsego Avenue in Gaylord.
Pizza.
Wrong pizza place.
They got good pasta there, too. Check that out, Nate.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Their desserts, I think they got a giant piece of cake. That's a homemade recipe way back from the family roots.
Well, if you notice my beach body, Tyler, you'll know that I don't miss many desserts. So, all right, 3rd and 20 upcoming here. Warriors trying to get something going. Seeing Caleb Kelly check into the game.
You were hoping to get a 50-50 ticket tonight. You got to do it in the next 5 minutes. 50-50 sales will...
They're running some 50-50 out here, Tom.
There's a little bit of something for everybody. Great concessions, too, by the way. Get your brats and dogs and pizza and all the good stuff out there.
They got cheeseburgers in there.
Absolutely right. As they go up the middle this time and get that pile moving, we're seeing some definite signs of life there from Forest area. Cloud of dust, but they move the chains forward on 4th down.
Kelly on the carry.
Nice sportsmanship there from number 5, Forest Hills. That would be Bryce Bardoni.
Looked like Caleb Kelly, the one on the carry there. He's going to stay in the game. That was a positive play there for the Warriors. Going to bring up 4th and 12. And that was the first time we've really seen them try and go up the middle. They've tested the edges pretty consistently, and both sides just not having a lot of luck. Good snap, and the punt's away. Nearly blocked, though. That one's touched initially by Royce and not able to hold it in, but Jarecki falls on that one, and St. Mary will start with the ball. 1st and 10 at about the, looks like the 26-yard line.
1st and 10.
Yeah, there was some good energy, good momentum shift there. Resulted in a punt, unfortunately, but brick by brick, stone by stone, they got to keep on trying and see if they can figure out something that works.
So they'll spot that one at the 28 as the Snowbirds get ready to come back out for their 4th series of the quarter. 2:47 to go in the quarter. We've got some wide receivers split out wide. On the left, Andrew Rosser. First time I've called his name tonight. It's an empty backfield. He's going to go to Rosser on the screen. He drops it just ahead of the ball where the quarterback was throwing it from, so it's just an incomplete pass.
Yeah, you've got to imagine that maybe some of that was some nerves, because right before the snap, he had sprinted almost the length of the whole entire field just to get into that wide receiver position.
And he's one of those few seniors that you have on the team, and of course these coaches are going to coach him up a little bit, and it's just one of those things. You don't get a lot of game action, and that kind of happens. Logan Grenier now in the backfield. Jacobson going to hand it off. He's got some room on the left side. Little stutter step, stiff arm as he's knocked out of bounds. Nice carry by Logan there as he steps out right about the 12-yard line. That's going to move the chains and bring up 1st and 10.
Yeah, there's some horsepower on that stiff arm.
That's the thing. You look at him and you think, like a Ron Dane type of guy, just all power. But he's got some great vision and some great moves.
That's a powerful combo when you've got the finesse with the power, and it was on full display right there, Tom.
So they're going to stack it up on the left side there. Jacobson in the shotgun handing it off. Grenier is going to find some room. One man to beat as he rolls into the end zone for a touchdown. Initially, it looked like he was trying to go to the left side, and then he found some room up the middle, and that defender didn't want a whole lot to do with any of that. Jackson Vernier looks like he's fighting a bit of a cramp. Check that number there. Maybe that's Calvin Skrowout. Yeah, that's Calvin Skoronski. A little bit slow to get up, but he comes off the field on his own power. Probably a little bit of a cramp there.
Logan Grenier, back-to-back stiff arms. Had that redirection there, curled off into the right side, and just threw another telephone pole to the shoulder blades of the Forest Warriors.
26-0 your score here. 2:18 left in the quarter. St. Mary, no good on their last two extra point attempts. Going to try it again. Empty backfield. We've got two split out to the left and one that's Royce out wide to the right. One-on-one coverage. That might be where you go, but now he's going to go ahead and keep it, but Jacobson was thinking pass, and he was going to run, and Alex Lalonde came in and took him down in the backfield. Big time tackle there by the lineman from Forest area. So that is going to bring us to another kickoff here. Special teams in a moment. We're going to step aside. You're watching Next Level Broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me from my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Kick it away for the Snowbirds, deep for the Warriors.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. Your Snowbirds up 26-0 here. 2:18 to go in the first quarter. Getting ready to kick it off with Eli McKean deep back for the Warriors. Royce, the last couple, been deep line drives, and this one as well. That's going to be fielded right about the 15-yard line. He's going to find some room up to just short of the 30. Ball loose. We'll see if he was down already. Looks like St. Mary's. That's Jacobson falling on it. Let's see what the call on the field is. It looked like he was already down. McKee on that carry. Best return of the night so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to shout out Next Level Broadcast on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with us. We've got Dondre Meyer. What time is the game starting? I believe that's 7 p.m. Michael K. Tyler, what happened to your other podcast? That's on Growing Fruition YouTube. And Kim Jacobson. Go Joe, Snowbirds with you.
Joe's had himself a nice game so far, managing the game pretty well and very accurate with his passes. Couple heaters there early on, but he's really settled in there. And still doing a great job on defense, too. He's that in that safety position. So here we go. Looking for a little something to happen here as we've got a new quarterback under center. That's Caleb Kelly. And he's met in the backfield, loses about a yard or so, maybe two on that one.
Just grabbing at straws a little bit here. And hopefully they get a drink of water to quench this deficit here.
2nd and 11.
Couple of substitutions in there for Forest area as Kelly comes in with the play. He was the first really, positive yardage play that we saw, about an 8-yard gain in that previous series. Not enough to get him the first down, but a positive sign as he seems to be one of those under center quarterbacks. And given some of the mishaps on the snap, the long snap, that's probably not the worst thing to have happen here. And again, he's going to keep it. Tries to go right up the middle behind his center and might have gotten a little bit of momentum there. We'll see if he got some.
Kelly on the keeper.
Got something on that. It doesn't look like much.
Lucas Green.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and spot it at the original line of scrimmage. So that's 3rd and 11.
Noticeable size difference on the field. Snowbirds seem to have a little bit extra pep in their step. They've got some winning percentage going for them here on the field.
Kelly bringing that play in, and again, we're not seeing a whole lot of urgency with clock ticking down to 35 seconds. Of course, they'll have to snap at least one As the official puts his hand up, that basically means they've got about 5 seconds left as he's calling it down, ticking it down. 3, 2, 1, and he's able to get the play off. Nowhere to go there. He was trying to hand it off. It looked like one of those options to the left, and
Kelly tries to get
a little bit of a
outside again.
miscommunication with the running back, and so that's going to wind us right down to the end of the quarter here with your score, the St. Mary Snowbirds 26 and the Forest Area Warriors nothing. So with that, we'll step aside, take a break, and we'll be back with more coverage. Your second quarter coming up on Next Level Broadcasting.
Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
All right, welcome back to St. Mary Family Field as we get ready to kick off this second quarter. And we left it at 4th and 13 for the Warriors. Forest Area setting up to punt this one away. St. Mary doing a great job on defense, just kind of shutting things down. That's going to be a line drive. Royce is going to let that one roll across the 50. Takes a bit of a Forest Area bounce, and it's going to be dead at the 47-yard line where St. Mary will start off 1st and 10. Any initial impressions, Tyler, on Jacobson?
I think he's doing well. He's throwing a tight spiral. He's got some good instincts in the pocket there. Doesn't seem to be intimidated at all by the opportunity at hand to showcase his leadership for the team. And he's completed some receptions as well. So I think he's doing well.
So it was interesting. I talked to Nathan O'Connell, the typical starting quarterback for the Snowbirds, and asked him, he and Joe are good buddies. And I asked him, I said, hey, is Joe ready for this? And he just kind of grinned, and he said, oh, he's more than ready for this. And a lot of confidence in Jacobson's ability to run this offense. And again, they've been working 1 and 2 for a good chunk of the season. As Jacobson is going to hang on to that one. No, he's got a man open. That's Royce down the sideline. He's at the 20, the 15, 5. In the end zone, Cal Royce, beautiful catch and run, nice pass, little bit behind him there from Jacobson, but beautiful job adjusting the route and making that touchdown happen. Here's your replay. You kind of see Jacobson initially he rolls out, he's looking to try and run, but then he finds his man open. Great job on the adjustment from both Jacobson and Royce on that play. And just a beautiful connection there, and that gives you a 32-0 score here to start the second quarter, 11:40, just 20 seconds off the clock. And that's what we saw, Tyler. Quick strike in that first quarter.
Yeah, that adjustment is the key word there for that play. Joe Jacobson was able to make it a great adjustment. Cal Royce was ready for it. I completely agree. That was a beautiful play on every regard.
And so now they're going to go for 2. They've been kind of stymied there on those extra point attempts. We'll see if they're able to get it as Jacobson drops back. He's got pressure coming. Looking like they're going to get a hold called. No, not going to happen, but broken up. He was looking for Royce. No, they're going to go ahead and throw that one, and it looked like some holding on the Snowbirds.
Intended for Royce falls incomplete.
They had a Forest Area lineman trying to get back in there, and Jackson Vernier got his hands a little bit too much jersey in his mitts there. So
11:40 before half. Snowbirds 32.
Full crowd out tonight. Temperatures starting to drop, still nice and enjoyable outside. Temperate northern Michigan air. We've got quadruple the pom-poms I've ever seen on a football game here.
Yeah, we've got the full squad, every level of cheerleader in the arsenal of this St. Mary athletic program, and they're all out here, and it's great to see, the varsity cheer squad out there coaching these young girls, and it's all about those relationships and the mentoring, and you see the same thing in the off season and all through the season so far with the football team as well. Very young team, and guys like Charlie Cameron and Nathan O'Connell kind of coaching up their peers on the sidelines, bringing in some of these freshmen, and it's just nice to see.
A weight deep for the Warriors.
Yeah, camaraderie is something that is not lacking on the St. Mary's Snowbirds squadron. A lot of these guys are friends, and a lot of these guys are classmates, and there's just something that happens when it's a little bit deeper than just running plays at practice.
And the kickoff is away, another deep one from Royce. That's going to be fielded right around the 15-yard line. He's looking for a little bit of room and not going to find much as he gets across the 20 and immediately tackled.
Landon gets up across the 20-yard line, hit there by Calvin Skoronsky.
Yeah, there was kind of like a freight train. You know, the action stopped as soon as it was caught there. And I want the Forest Hill Warriors I want them to try to get some positive yardage here, get a spark for their offense. It's against the odds. Everybody knows it, but a spare touchdown will go a long way for a team in a game like this, 32-0.
With a lot of time, too, left here in the second quarter. So see how this one shakes out. Looks like they've got Ryan Hyde back at quarterback. Hard to see there. And there's another issue with the snap.
Fumble on that snap.
That's that standard you were talking about, making sure that they're doing the things that are small, less about the play, more about the discipline, and we're kind of seeing exactly what we were talking about earlier, Tom.
So right at the line of scrimmage, and of course Forest area able to fall on it, so that brings up 2nd and 10, and correction, that was Caleb Kelly under center for that one. So he's going to take the play from the sideline. Under 11 minutes to go here. Hyde's going to join the huddle.
Looks like a run formation.
Yeah, a little bit. Got him in tight there on that line. Big package in there. And again, another issue with the snap. And they're going to lose some yardage this time. They keep the ball. And it looks like at least a 1 or 2 yard loss there.
Loss on the play.
And with the spot, I guess it's only about a 3 yard loss on that one. So that'll bring up 3rd and 13. And it starts with you got to have a good exchange on that. Got a timeout Forest area here. So we're going to go ahead and step aside while they sort things out. And when we come back, more action. St. Mary's football on Next Level Broadcasting.
Now the Northern Mission Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Welcome back. Coming out of this timeout here. Forest area trying to get something going. Had a problem with the last 2 snaps and basically a net loss of a yard on both of those plays. 3rd and 11 now with 10:13 to go here in the ball game. Forest area trailing 32-0.
One of these next few breaks, we'll do that first 50-50 drawing.
Seeing some good play from some of the folks that we haven't called their name a lot. We've called Joe Jacobson's name quite a bit on the defensive side. He's made some good plays from that secondary. But tonight having himself a pretty nice game at quarterback. Important reps as they try and work their way through the season. Of course, next week is Bel Air at home. They'll go to Onaway. They'll follow up with Pellston. And then back home for a pair before the season finale with Inland Lakes. They're going to keep that one and get himself maybe a yard on that. Tried it just off that right tackle. And
into the grasp of Hayden Bird, who makes another stop.
Mason Jewett had a really nice block there for the Warriors.
Good coverage, though, by the Snowbirds, and they're able to hold them at the line of scrimmage. Is going to bring up a 4th and 11. Under 10 minutes to go here in the half. And it looks like they've got the offensive formation out there, spread out pretty wide. Well, let's see. Here we go. Here comes the punter. It was starting to look like Jewett was going to take a snap for a minute. They've got another man coming in late, and that's going to be a penalty. Not lined up, and St. Mary will probably just waive that as it takes another St. Mary bounce. High and short.
Punt gets out to the 25.
Yeah, there's a big difference in team level preparedness. It just is a testament about what happens when your leadership is removed from the team. You miss your quarterback who is calling shots. He's a senior, and everything kind of just spirals. And that's in opposition to the Snowbirds, which they're ready, they're roaring to go, they're organized, and this is another day at work for them.
You know, you got to give credit to the kids out there on the field, though, Tyler, showing up, and, you know, there's no quit in them. They are out there playing their best. Just need a little more execution, and they might have something going as Durecki's going to take that one. Man misses the tackle, and he is all the way home to the end zone for touchdown number 3. Durecki took advantage of just kind of a mismatch there. That man from the secondary looked like it was Hyde kind of coming up to make the play. He was screened. He really didn't see the ball carrier, and he was out of position to make that tackle, and Durecki made him pay.
Yep, piling it on here.
And here we'll take a look at the replay. Now we'll go ahead and skip that one. We'll get back to it in a minute here as we've got looks like our first attempt to kick this one through. I can't think that we've seen that yet. Adam Wall is out there to try the extra point kick. Might be the first one we've tried for St. Mary all season so far. Haven't had a lot of luck with the 2-point, and that snap is going to go over center's head. Flag down on the field. Looked like there might have been some movement up front. Yeah, it's going to be offside on Forest area. So they'll get another chance to kick it if they choose to. Looks like they'll keep Wall out there and try that kick. It's a good time to test that out, something we haven't seen it this season.
Yeah, I like it. I like the way that the punt formation looks. Got a clean snap through the uprights. It's good.
And enough leg to make it happen. So Wall is perfect on the season. 39-0 your score with 9:11 to go here in the game. We're going to step aside with more football coming up on Next Level Broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
And welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. Your Snowbirds with another Durecki touchdown, his third of the night, and an extra point good. Wall making things happen with his leg. 39-0 with 9:11 to go here as Royce kicks that one off, and that's going to take a bounce, fielded inside the 10, picked up, and he's going to slide. We'll see what this flag is. It looked like he slid. I'm not sure what the flag is there. 18-yard line would make that the 19. Well, we'll see where they spot this one with the march off. They're going to say that was a targeting call. The player slid, McKee slid, as the tackler was already kind of coming in, and they're going to say that was a targeting contact to the head. So that's 15 yards after the play.
The Snowbirds will Put the ball at the 39-yard line where the Warriors.
The best field position that that Forest area has had tonight. 9:03 to go here. 39-0 your score, and we have got Hyde under center. Another handoff issue. He tried to get his tailback coming in.
There for the Warriors.
That was Ryan Hyde not able to secure the ball. Caleb Kelly trying to hand it to him, and again, just kind of dropped there. That's going to bring up 2nd and 13 on that 3-yard loss. 39-0, 8:42 to go here in the ball game, or in the half rather. Ball on the 37-yard line. Caleb Kelly coming in with the play. It's those exchanges have really been difficult for the Warriors tonight. Kelly under center. He's got his big guy, number 22, Mason Jewett, with the ball, and forward progress might have got him a yard, and maybe 2, so that's going to be, looks like 3rd and 10.
22, Mason Jewett up the middle, gets the 2 yards back, up to the 39-yard line. Mark Furman again for the Snowbirds making that stop.
7:53 here. As Kelly brings the play in, huddle breaks. We've got Jewett in the backfield along with Hyde. Kelly under center. Jewett's got it, makes a spin move, nice move. Tries a stiff arm as he goes out across the 45 to about the 46. Some good blocking up front and really nice spin move.
Gain of about 7.5 on that play.
Jewett able to get some nice positive yardage. It's
4th and a long 2.
4th and 2. Really kind of feel like, given the field position, they might just want to go for this one. 7:09 to go. 2 yards is a mile tonight. They can build on what they did on that last play as we come up to the 7-minute mark. Kelly going to bring the play in from the sideline. .647 to go here now, and the huddle breaks. Kelly under center. He's got Jewett and Hyde in the backfield with him. Some movement on that. Did a hard count, and it looks like they got St. Mary to jump, and that was one of those things that we saw at Central Lake that was just infuriating for the coaches.
Warriors draw the Snowbirds offside. Results in a Warrior first
Got to do the
down.
little stuff right here, Tom.
Yeah, you know, Coach O'Connell not going to be happy with that. They had him 4th and 2, and the offside penalty going to give them a fresh set of downs. So the Warriors across midfield for the first time tonight.
You like to see that underdog story kind of rooting for some progress here in Forest Hills.
Kelly's going to take it. He's got his man. Jewett looking to try and make that spin move, but there were a couple of guys in there on that tackle. Able to bring him down. He was maybe lost about a half a yard.
I'd like to see Jewett used a little bit more. He's got some good size. He seems like he's a good proponent for making some forward progress offensively.
Yeah, you know, instead of that spin move, you almost want to see him just lower those shoulders a little bit, just lean into it and just try and get that yard or 2. Spin move there, that congested of an area, it's a difficult one to pull off. You kind of just want to see him dig down, and they get another jump on St. Mary. That hard count, and I'm telling you, if they looked at any of the Central Lake footage, they're gonna. They learned that this is something that St. Mary had a difficult time with, and that's going to give them a 2nd down and 6 to go. Looked like Wall jumped on that. He wasn't alone.
Yeah, once one domino falls, usually a few other will too on something like that.
It's one of those things, though, Tyler. You know, you try and teach them, just watch the ball. Watch the ball. If you do that, you can't go wrong. Kelly under center, he's going to keep it. Lunges forward, and the pile moves, and they get a little bit of, it's tough yardage, but they get some. Kelly on the keeper.
Up the middle.
Looks like he's almost to the 40.
Positive yardage for the Warriors.
They're going to spot that at the 38, so he's going to be about 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Wall in on that
Keep
stop.
on punching it down the middle. It's working right now, so I wonder how long it's going to take for the St. Mary defense to kind of come accustomed to it.
Well, you're seeing some personnel kind of in and out, too, so this is another opportunity with a 39-0 lead. This is an opportunity to get some other guys in there and give them an opportunity to make some plays.
Yeah, it's good to see how your reserves are performing, and this is a good way to see, you know, if there's injuries down the season or something like that, how your team's going to be able to respond to it.
So 3rd and 3, Kelly under center, his 2 backs. He's going to keep it. And again, right behind that center, stumbling, rumbling forward. It looks like they got the first down as he leans across the 40, make that the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. So the first time they've been able to get a first down on the ground in that capacity.
In there for the stop.
Ball all the way down to the 30, looks like the 38-yard line.
39.
Yeah, it's nice to see a little bit more action now that the playing field has been leveled, if you will.
They've certainly seemed to find some some gaps, some weaknesses that they can try and exploit here on this series. 3:38 on the clock. Coming up on the half here with 2 backs in the backfield. Kelly under center. Again, a problem with the handoff. Ball is on the ground, and we'll see. It looks like there's at least one Snowbird in there.
Mark Furman in the dog pile.
Fumble on the play.
And they're going to say the Warriors maintained possession. They lost a yard on that.
Warriors maintain possession.
Do they still call it a dog pile, Tom?
I mean, I suppose, especially if you're playing, Rudyard or Inland Lakes.
I've never seen a pile of dogs before in my life.
I mean, unless you're playing Rudyard or Inland Lakes. Of course, Bulldogs at both schools, team mascots. Under 3 minutes to go here. That's one of the things they've got to talk about at the half if you're Forest area. You got to make those exchanges clean. It looked like as Kelly was turning, he kind of ran into one of his linemen. He's going to drop back the pass, and he's got nowhere to go with it. Came in off the edge and made the tackle.
Caleb Kelly, I'll tell you what, he springs up really quick after he's brought down. He's got some energy to play with. He wants to win.
About 6 on the play. Loss of about 5 on the play. 3rd and 17.
39-0 here. Looks like 3rd down, 11 yards to go, 15 yards to go. 2 minutes until halftime. How big do you think that line is going to be, Tom?
Man, I don't know. I really don't know. You hate to see it go too far as that one goes inside handoff. Able to get some of those yards back. That looked like it was Hyde there on the carry. Initially looking like they were going to go to Jewett, but they did a little bit of misdirection there and able to give Hyde enough room to breathe, and he was able to pick up a couple.
Rosser and Bird on that stop. 4th and 15.
And definitely a punting situation here. 1:30 to go on the clock. You wonder if they try a trick play here. I mean, there's not a lot of time left before halftime. What do you got to lose? Snap is a little high. He's able to corral that one in, punts it away into the scrum, and touched by a Forest area player. We'll see if they catch that one. Looked like he bumped it right around the 38-yard line, or make that the 28-yard line. They'll spot it right there, I guess. So the offense coming out with a little over a minute to go here in the half.
1st and 10. About the 28-yard line.
Well, we've got about a minute here to go to halftime. I'd imagine if I'm the Snowbirds, I'm going to try and make another touchdown before we go talk about things in the huddle.
It's like Durecki and Royce are out there on the offense. They're going to line up in the backfield. We'll see how they set this one up. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go ahead and just run this clock out. Good sportsmanship move here with a 39-0 lead with a minute and change to go here.
Snowbirds will take a knee.
Yeah, I suppose that's the better call if you're the coach for the Snowbirds.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a chance to see some of your players. Typically don't get a lot of time. Already had a chance to get some film on them, and You got a whole nother half of football coming up, so a chance to get some guys in there and get some more film. And like you said, Tyler, it's all about kind of getting a picture of what you've got before, you start to get deeper into the season. Like you said, injuries come up, and you want to be prepared.
Yeah, there's always, unfortunately, something that's going to happen to somebody in a format like this, athletics. So seeing your second string and your third string out here and what they're capable of doing, how comfortable they are, it also lends to what you can work on in practice, especially if there's some underclassmen, that is keen for some development.
Well, they're going to go ahead and run that one out. Your score as we enter the halftime show. 39-0. We're going to go ahead and step aside. We'll be back in a couple of moments and get you, some initial analysis from this first half. We'll take a look at what's going on across the region. And, of course, we appreciate you watching. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel and comment. Tyler is watching like a hawk. So we'd love to hear from you, and we thank you for watching. We'll be back with the halftime show that's coming up next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's construction: Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your northern Michigan connection.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. It's halftime with your Snowbirds up 39-0 against the Forest Area Warriors. In town on their third consecutive road game. They'll head back to Forest Area next week for their first home game of the season. St. Mary going to hit the road after next week. They've got Bel Air coming to town. It's homecoming next week, as a matter of fact. We'll get into all that in just a little while. But first, want to take a minute to just say a few words about that first half. You know, we were looking for things to clean up. That was kind of for the St. Mary Snowbirds. Looking at their first quarter at Central Lake, a lot of penalties. The offside calls were just driving the coaching staff nuts. 6 or 7 of those just in the first quarter alone on hard counts, and just a change in momentum here on the snap counts, and giving them fits. Looked pretty good tonight until late in the second quarter, where Forest Area started to get some momentum, moved the chains a couple of times, and a couple of times that was due in part to some penalties. Offside again with some snap count issues for that St. Mary defense. Overall, though, they've looked pretty good. You've seen Joe Jacobson at quarterback taking all the snaps tonight, as Nathan O'Connell is more or less kind of coached a little from the sidelines. Coaches here at St. Mary taking the opportunity to look at some other players, and they've taken advantage of it. And one that comes to mind is Braden Durecki, the senior running back, responsible for 3 scores on the ground. Logan Grenier as well with a touchdown on the ground, and some great passing too. A couple of high hot ones initially from Jacobson, but got that under control, and that's what you expect to see a little bit early in a game with a new quarterback. Did a real good job to get things kind of collected in and get things rolling. The St. Mary's defense has been very, very stingy, doing a great job with the running defense rather, stringing those outside plays, stringing them out, and tackling them generally in the backfield. And you know, the one thing I will say, though, that Forest Area has shot themselves in the foot with some poor exchanges. It's really difficult to get any kind of running game going if you can't take that snap clean and make that handoff clean as well. So looking for some second half adjustments, and we'll talk about those in just a little bit. Meantime, let's just take a quick break, and when we come back, let's look at the next level. That's right. We'll see what's happening in the region and across the pro spectrum. All that coming up next as our continuing coverage of the halftime show is coming up on Next Level Broadcasting.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Welcome to the Professional Seamless Gutter Halftime Show. You know, your home gutter's always there when you need them to be, so our good friend Orion Beningo, he's there for you. That's why he started Professional Seamless Gutters. Professional Seamless Gutters offering fast and experienced service and real-time quotes. But wait, there's more. They actually answer your phone call. That's right. It can be tough to do when you're looking for a skilled tradesman. That's Professional Seamless Gutters, total professionals. 989-619-3407, and tell them Next Level Broadcasting sent you. We definitely appreciate them, and of course, we appreciate all of you tuning in, and we've got some halftime action to talk about. Looking at the big-time region, the next level, if you will, of football in our regional college football. Number 23, Michigan Wolverines hosting Central Michigan. That's a noon kickoff at the Big House. You can catch it on the Big Ten Network. Michigan State hosting Youngstown State. That's a 3:30 kickoff, also on the Big Ten Network. Western Michigan going to take on the number 9 Illini in prime time in Champaign, Illinois. That's a 7 p.m. start, and FS1. Eastern Michigan is on the road at Kentucky with a 7:30 kickoff on ESPNU. Alma hosting Denison tomorrow at noon. Grand Valley State is at Pittsburgh for a 5 p.m. kickoff, and Northwood is at Saginaw Valley. That's at 7:30 tomorrow night. In the pros, the Tigers took 2 of 3 from the Yankees and open a 3-game road series tonight against the Marlins. Game 1 is underway at the moment. Tarek Skubal was on the mound to start it off. And as you look at that score, 3-1 with the Marlins leading. Yes, that's right. Tarek Skubal, he only managed to get 3 1/3. Gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 strikeouts, 2 home runs given up. And Montero is now in the game pitching for the Tigers. And at the moment, it's Miami with a runner on and 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. So the Tigers going to finish up this 3-game set. They'll have Monday off and then start a 3-game set at Comerica Park with the Cleveland Guardians coming to town starting on Tuesday. The Lions hoping to chalk up their first win of the new season, hosting the Chicago Bears at Ford Field. Both teams 0-1 to start the season, with Chicago opening week 1 with a loss in Minnesota. They're going to kick that one off at 1 o'clock. Yes, the Lions against their former offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, the new head coach for the Chicago Bears. And we're a little over a week away from the start of the NHL preseason. Red Wings going to open things up with the Blackhawks at Little Caesars Arena. Face-off 7:30 a week from Tuesday, so get ready for that. And we've got the second half coming up in just a moment. You're watching Gaylord St. Mary football on Next Level Broadcasting.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field, where we're getting ready to kick the second half off here in just a couple of minutes. Your Snowbirds up 39-0 here against Forest Area. The Warriors coming up from Fife Lake and starting to see a little bit of signs of life late in the second quarter, taking advantage of an overeager defensive line, a couple of offside calls to help them move the chains, and some good running plays up the middle as well. So maybe some second half adjustments underway here. Might get things tightened up just a little bit. Of course, St. Mary without a couple of key players tonight. Nathan O'Connell dressed, but so far it's been the Joe Jacobson show at quarterback tonight. He's done really well for himself. Couple of touchdown passes. We've seen a couple of touchdowns on the ground. Directly responsible for 3 of those. And just a really nice offensive performance by the St. Mary Snowbirds. The defense also stingy. Tyler, what are you seeing out there?
Well, first and foremost, I just wanted to thank Amanda Best. She's been commenting on here, encouraging. She's also watching for number 5, and that's on the Warriors team. Of course, that's Bryce Bardoni. And what I'm seeing is I'd really like to see the Warriors get a touchdown on the board, because I think it'll do 2 things. And that's an obvious answer, but one, it's going to give them something to know that works. And it's also going to provide a lot of confidence, momentum, and energy. And it's the first thing that needs to happen for them to literally get back into the game. But figuratively, there's a lot more that one touchdown represents. And it could be something as fluke as a punt return, or it could be something as methodical as a drive up the field. But it just has got to start with less mistakes on those bobbled snaps and more of what's working for them, which right now is Mason Jewett predominantly, who's able to get some forward momentum for him.
Yeah, we've seen Caleb Kelly, the quarterback under center, do a pretty good job too when he's following that center behind. But it requires some discipline, and they've just got to kind of stay locked in. So the Snowbirds getting ready to kick this one off as the second half is just about underway here in Gaylord, Michigan. We appreciate you watching alongside of us, whether you're on the Next Level Broadcasting app at nextlevelbroadcasting.net, or if you're checking us out via YouTube on our Next Level Broadcasting channel. We appreciate all of you, and keep those comments coming in. And Tyler is gonna chat with you here as Cal Royce kicks that one, a line drive fielded at the 15. He's going to try and bring that one up just across the 25, maybe the 26. And this is the first time that we've seen Wyatt Van Heetsma pick that one up and got himself a good return. And we'll see a 1st and 10 at the, looks like the 25, 26-yard line here. Well, check that. They'll spot it at the 27. So pretty good field position here for the Warriors as they get ready to get things rolling.
Yeah, definitely better field position than beginning of the game. They're a little bit deeper back into their territory. And I'm excited to see what kind of changes they're going to make here after the halftime break in the old huddle room.
So that's going to be Kelly under center. He's got Jewett in the backfield as well. Handing it off to Jewett, and he tries to go up the middle, but he's not going to get anywhere. He's brought down just at the line of scrimmage, so they give him forward progress. Should be a 0 gain on the play.
Jewett tries the middle of that line.
I had a feeling they were going to go to Jewett first.
Lucas Greenier.
He's made some pretty good moves for him. He's gotten a couple of runs off, but there, that middle has just been really difficult for him unless it's been on a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, they've went outside pretty good. They've tried going inside. Inside worked a little bit. No, I can't remember a pass play right now from the Warriors. Can you, Tom?
No, not really. I think, the challenge there, too, is just giving the quarterback some time, and there hasn't been any. We've seen that with, a lot of the run plays. St. Mary is in the backfield almost immediately.
Yeah, that makes it real tough to do anything.
Absolutely. And another quarterback keeper as he leans forward. He might have got a yard of progress on that one. We'll see where that one's spotted. And again, St. Mary just kind of stacking them up at the line.
Middle of that line.
St. Mary Snowbirds, they are not getting tired, and they're not aloof after the break either.
No gain.
No, that's the challenge when you've got such a big lead, Tyler, is just keeping your team focused and disciplined. And, the thing that Coach O'Connell preaches all the time is the standard, the standard, the standard. He's expecting it doesn't matter what the score is or how much time's left until that final whistle. They better be executing. And they're going to run that one. That's Jewett again. He tries the left side and got back to the line of scrimmage before he's taken back and tackled.
Got to hand it to him. It does take a long time for him to go down.
Yeah, he's a tough, definitely a tough runner. You just like to see him be able to get a lane to try and make something happen. And he's done all right when he has had those lanes, but those have been few and far between, and that's going to bring up
4th and 10.
4th and 10 now for the Warriors as they get ready to punt this one away. Snowbird's going to leave nobody back deep on this one. They'll just let that one bounce, and it's going to take a forest area roll across the 40. Just inside that 40-yard line where it's finally touched, and that'll be the offense coming out to the field here for the first time in the second half.
About the 40-yard line.
We'll see what sort of tricks come out of the bag here for the second half, and I'm interested to see kind of who they've got playing. It looks like they've got Eli Swatowski coming in there, number 9. He might be getting some reps at quarterback. Of course, he's been preseason. He did some QB duties as the number 2 and number 3 here on the varsity team. He took the lead when they brought up Jacobson, primarily to play corner. And he took over the first quarterback duties for the JV team. The sophomore, excellent baseball player. He is an athlete as he takes that one. It's going to be handed off, and he's got plenty of room. Coming down the side. Here we go. He's off to the races. 10-5. Touchdown, Gaylord St. Mary. But there is a flag down in the backfield, so let's just wait and see. That was Hayden Mensch.
Immediately, he come up on the field, you gave him a little intro, and then he just scores a touchdown right off the bat.
Looks like we had an illegal formation or illegal shift. That's going to bring it all the way back. That was a nice run by Hayden Mensch.
Of an illegal shift on the Snowbirds will negate that.
You think they're going to do the same exact play again, Tom?
I don't know about that, but I do see Swatowski going back out there. So his first snaps on the varsity team here is for Eli. Jacobson had himself a really nice first half. But this is just good, good forethought for the coaches wanting to see some of these guys, like you were saying earlier, Tyler, just kind of getting some reps and seeing what you have and giving them some game experience here at this level. Royce in the backfield. Swatowski is going to be in the shotgun. Going to hand it off. Up the middle. Oh, that was Mensch. I missed the 1 in front of the 4 there. So Hayden Mensch, he does carry the ball again, Tyler, but not as long of a run this time around. He does get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a little bit more, 2nd and 8. So he gets the penalty yardage back and a couple. Mensch is going to stay in the backfield. Switalski in the shotgun. He's got Durecki now set up on that right side. High snap over his head, and he's just going to fall down on that one.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Warriors defense right now, both on that Mensch tackle previously in the previous possession,
Yeah.
as well as that forced loss of yardage as well.
From the 34.
Yeah, that's another one of those self-inflicted wounds there that you got to clean that stuff up if you're St. Mary. And this is one of the reasons you want to see the young guys out there, maybe some of the guys that don't get a lot of snaps. With a 39-0 lead, you can exercise a little bit of.
There's Mensch again.
Yeah, he's getting a whole lot of love here from the offensive coordinator with fourth down coming up. So able to get some of that lost yardage back and then some.
Brought down by Nolan Morey, number 12 on the Warriors.
4th and 8 upcoming.
4th and 8 for the Snowbirds.
Looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field. As Switalski comes in from the sideline with the play, and looks like they're just going to go ahead and go for it. Mensch in the backfield. Switalski from the shotgun. Looks like linebacker coming up. Maybe a blitz. Not going to be a blitz. A little bit of a pitch. Nice misdirection. He's got his feet. There's Durecki as he slips out of bounds. It looked like he was going to be off to the races. Really nice job. I mean, you got to give Switalski credit. He sold that. It looked like it was going to be Mensch again up the middle and then a shovel pass, and Durecki is ready to go. And what a conversion on that 4th down.
Yeah, Durecki gets going quick, and he found that room outside, and I don't know if he kind of slipped a little bit or what, but, I mean, that was inches away from being another touchdown.
The defensive back had a little bit of an angle, and he tried to make a cut. It looked like his plant foot slipped a little bit and went out of bounds. As Durecki's going to take one up the middle, and he makes a man miss. He's off. Now he's going to get caught from behind at the 10-yard line. Credit to the Warriors not giving up on that play. He burst through there with a purpose, and it looked like he was going to be gone, but able to come back and make the tackle. Forest area with a touchdown saver right there.
Yeah, it's got a well balance to the game right now. Is give and take on both offense and defense. The Warriors defense is putting up a fight, and the Snowbirds offense, they're finding ways to get in and around it, marching up the field. So I like the action going on right now, Tom.
Absolutely. Mensch going to be the deep back here. Switalski, shotgun, hands it off. Mensch, stutter step, cuts left. He's going to be in the end zone. Mensch with his first touchdown tonight.
And he makes his way into the end zone for a
Wow,
Snowbird score.
number 9, St. Mary's, Eli Switalski. He fooled me even on the camera, Tom. I thought he still had the football.
Hayden Mensch, though, takes that one right up the middle. Nice move and broke a tackle to get that one in the end zone. Your score now 45 as Switalski probably going to go for 2 on this one. It was encouraging to see Wall on that previous extra point try be able to kick that one through. Definitely a dimension you want to have as you get later in the season, and definitely in the playoffs. You got to want to know what you got in your arsenal.
Weapons in the arsenal.
That's right. Durecki going to be lined up front of Switalski. You've got Mensch, the tailback. Hand off to Mensch. No, it's going to be a keeper. Switalski with the option. Rolls out to the left and able to get in there for the extra point conversion. So with that, your score 47-0. 4:32 to go here in the third quarter. We're going to step aside. Be back with more St. Mary football on Next Level Broadcasting. Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field, where your Snowbirds lead this one 47-0. A couple of nice plays there. Mensch responsible for some of that ground yardage, and of course Durecki making his presence known. Eli Swoltowski doing a fantastic job. I mean, he is just giving him fits as far as some of that misdirection and a little bit of a disguise there. Those quarterback fakes, whether it's a handoff to one guy or another, it's just hard to keep track of. Is Cal Royce boots that one deep, fielded at the 10, and going to be brought up across the 20. He's going to be met and knocked down right there, and that's where your Warriors are going to start off, 1st and 10.
Yeah, the Johannesburg Cardinals were doing that to me last Friday. They would line up in the triple formation in the backfield, and it was smoke and mirrors every single play. I couldn't tell. I was calling that game, Tom. I couldn't tell where the football was half the time.
You know, if you ever want to see a team that executes that style of offense really, really well, look at Kingsley. Back-to-back, well, national championship, or rather state championship games. They were a state champ, was it 2 years ago? Runner-up last year, or vice versa. But anyway, yeah, they run that formation better than just about anybody up here. And that's going to be a handoff. That's going to go up the middle, and that's his first big run as a stiff arm knocks him loose. There he goes. It could be down the sideline. He's only got a couple of guys to beat. He's going to be brought down just short of the goal line. Oh, my goodness. We've seen Jewett come close to breaking him loose all day. And finally, he's able to make a couple of moves and a stiff arm later, and he's got himself off to the races. Let's take another look at that one. You can see he's only got 2 guys to beat as he's already got to be gassed before he even got the ball. And he's finally tackled just short of the goal line. 1st and goal at the 5. You called for it, Tyler, and it looks like they're trying their best to answer your call. There they are, Forest area, threatening to put some points on the board.
Yeah, I really hope that they carry that momentum into the end zone. And Jewett, man, a pack of really firm stiff arms got him right up the field instead of being tackled by the Snowbirds defense. And it was just, oh, man, it was like a grown man out there, Tom.
It's one of those situations where it's good to see that, you know, instead of the spin move, as they try and run that one up the middle, not going to get much. Instead of the spin move, we saw him just run with a purpose downhill. And like you said, that telephone pole stiff arm, and he's able to get himself loose and down the sideline. So really nice play from Mason Jewett, number 22. And, you know, should point out, Jewett, he's just a sophomore. So this is a kid we're going to see for a couple of more years, and he's got himself some potential to do some things here in the Ski Valley Conference.
Yes, he does, and I bet you he just took that play off to get himself composed, and I wouldn't be surprised if I see him back in action in this play, Tom.
Now, if he was a pro, he'd probably be on some oxygen right now. Now, Jewett's back out there, and they're going to hand it to him again. He's going to try that left side, and St. Mary, they're not going to give him anything. He might have got a yard on that one. We'll see.
Skoronsky in there to make that stop.
Coming up on the 1 minute mark here in the third quarter. Now they'll call that a loss of 1. So 3rd and 4. Man, I'll tell you what, if you're Forest area, you just really, and even if you're not, you just really want to see this one pay off. What an effort to get it down there. And
I think it'd be worth it at this point to go for it no matter what.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even if you turn the ball over on downs, you've got to, you know, you've made St. Mary have to march the length of the field to do anything with it. Now, they're very capable. But, again, I feel like you're right, Tyler. This is definitely 2-down territory. Kelly under center. He's going to hand that one off to the big man, and he's going to try and get outside.
Jewett tries the right side. Dragged down by Pudvin.
Yeah, Pudvin had his number. The Snowbirds know who's probably going to. The whole team seemed like they were on that direction he was on, Jewett, on the run.
All right, so this is going to bring up 4th and 5. you're hoping these guys can just make a seam and make something happen.
That'll bring us to the end of the third
At least
quarter.
half of the bleachers is rooting for it to happen.
Well, we're going to flip the field with that the end of the third quarter, and when we come back, we'll bring you the fourth quarter, the final quarter, with your St. Mary's Snowbirds up 47-0. You're watching Next Level Broadcasting.
Vision Source. Gaylord out to be across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field, where your Snowbirds lead this one 47-0. The Warriors knocking on the door, though, 4th and goal at the 5 as we get ready to start this fourth quarter of action. Just a wonderful run to set that one up. Mason Jewett, now they've tried to go back to him a couple of times and not really had any success there. And we'll see, though, their last opportunity on this set to try and punch it in, as Forest Area gets ready to trot on down to the far end of the field and get this play underway. We appreciate all of you watching our coverage of St. Mary football on Next Level Broadcasting, and we welcome our friends and neighbors from Forest Area, Fife Lake, watching as well to cheer on their Warriors. We appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. And here we go. This is the payoff play with Kelly under center. Jewett's in the backfield. Kelly's going to try and keep it, but he is smothered. No room whatsoever to do anything with that. It was Mark Furman on the tackle. So St. Mary able to make a goal line stand more or less and to turn it over. Give it back to Eli Switalski and the offense for their first series here in the fourth quarter.
I think if nothing else, that did provide something that's very important, not just on the football field, but in life in general, and that is seeing that the possibility is there. I think it's going to light a fire underneath of these Warriors, but you have to also take in consideration as we march further and later down into these quarters that fatigue is going to meet that momentum at some point.
No, I think you're absolutely correct. You know, we've seen some glimpses, and it's just a matter of putting a couple of things together, Tyler, and I feel like they can make it happen. A little bit of a jump there from Forest Area as Switalski looks to take that one around the edge. No, check that. That was Switalski on the right side there. Flag down on the play. Looked like there might have been some movement. It looked like the defense moved. Let's see what the call is from the officials.
I'm with you, Tom. There was definitely some extracurricular movement.
And it will be against Forest Area, so you're going to chalk off 5 yards, and that'll replay the first down. So 1st and 5 now for your Snowbirds. Durecki in the backfield with Switalski. Shotgun, high snap. Durecki's going to take it. And he's going to get wrapped up and thrown down just before he gets to that 25-yard line. So he got a couple on that.
I'm loving the sportsmanship that is being displayed here by the Snowbirds. They're helping up these Warriors when they're tackling them, and you can just tell. You can just tell that there's some care in the air.
You know, that's the one thing you got to, and you know this, Tyler, because, you know, you went to high school just down the road. There's a lot of good sportsmanship with, especially teams in the Ski Valley. You got friends and neighbors and relatives that live all over. You know, it's not uncommon. In fact, the head coach, David Schneider, friends of our offensive coordinator over here with St. Mary, they're going to hand that one off. Not quite sure if they got enough for the first down. Yes, they will.
That's another tackle by number 12, Nolan Morey.
Morey and Kelly make the play.
So Kelly in there as well, and you know, doing what he can on both sides of the ball. Kind of like Jacobson, he's that deep defensive back and also playing some quarterback duty for the Warriors. So 1st and 10 now, ball on the 19-yard line. Switalski in the shotgun. He's going to take that one. Durecki up the middle. He makes one man miss as he gets into that second level and might be just short of the first down. Nice run.
Durecki knows how to use his shoulder pads. I mean, he is not afraid of the contact. He is welcoming it. He's initiating it. He's putting his shoulder pads down right at the moment when you need to. Not a lot of size, and he is a senior, but he knows how to use it, and that's important, and it's really cool to see that on the field tonight.
No, and that's some growth that we've seen from week to week with him. It looks like the game is really starting to slow down for him, too, as Durecki is going to fake that handoff. Switalski's going to keep it as he comes down the sideline. He's got a block and had one man to beat, but there was Kelly to make the tackle and save probably a touchdown as Switalski gets it across midfield and moves the chains again with 8:24.
That's just fast. That's what that was. One word.
Wait till you see that kid play second base. He is a quick twitch athlete, just incredible reaction time. Seeing it play out here on the football field as well. Just a pleasure to watch.
Oh, yeah. It's good action tonight. I like seeing the athletes. They're conditioned well. Like I said, they're going into their third, fourth week of football, and you can tell they come here to play.
That's going to go Durecki up the middle again as he lowers his shoulders and gets it down to about the 45-yard line. Good for about a 4-yard gain on that. You know, talking about the growth, too, with Durecki, watched him run the ball a couple of times last week at Central Lake, and he just looked like he was a little unsure. You know, his letting the plays develop, just kind of his timing wasn't exactly there, so it looked like he was tentative getting into the hole. But tonight, a whole different ball game. Like, he is running with a purpose, running with authority, and for being a smaller guy, he's doing a great job being elusive and tough in that hole. So definitely love to see that. Coming up on the 7-minute mark here, 2nd and 5. Durecki in the backfield. Switalski's going to take that one. He's going to keep it.
Switalski pulls it, tries to get around the
Wasn't fooled that time. That was Nolan Morey.
For a loss, Nolan Morey.
Not going to be surprised on that one. He stayed home, spied that quarterback, and he was able to take him down, and it looks like he might have lost a yard on that one. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
I bet you he's getting a raise after this game. That's like his third tackle I've seen just here in this third quarter.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job on the defensive side of the ball for sure. Not sure what we've got going on here. Looks like Bryce Bardoni going to come off. Not sure if he's dealing with a contact lens issue or what exactly, but hoping he's all right.
Well, I think his mom is watching, so I think with the camera here, I can say I think he is all right for sure, so rest assured.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Getting a little bit of water there on the sideline. It looked like he was just dealing with a vision thing. Let's see. It's going to be a handoff to Durecki as he goes, tries to high hurdle one of the down defensive tackles there and gets into that second level a little bit, but not going to get much beyond that. He might have got a yard on that one, maybe 2.
Caleb Kelly was there. He was quick with the tackle. He sprung right up after it, too. He's ready to play some football still.
Doing himself a nice job there. Kelly, we've called his name a couple of times, making some key tackles out there on defense, coming in from that safety position. 4th and 4. Durecki in the backfield, Switalski in the shotgun. Looks like Joe Jacobson is off on that side, and that's going to be a high snap. Durecki picks it up, and he's got nowhere to go. Forest area capitalizing on that mistake, and that's one of those things you just, you hate to see it. It's one of those unforced errors, and that's going to give Forest area some great field position to start over, or to start their next series here, 1st and 10.
Nolan Morey was there. Who would have thought? He's on fire.
He's having himself a ball game tonight. So 1st and 10 on the St. Mary 32.
I think they're still drinking off of that momentum they had last drive. And if I'm not mistaken, Tom, you can correct me here.
I will.
It seems like Jewett does not play on defense, so he probably is all charged up right now.
Let's hope so. And again, a bad handoff that time. It was just one of those. Kelly lost the handle on that one. It hit Jewett in the knees, and St. Mary falls on top of that one. And we talk about unforced errors. Those exchanges are just killing Forest Area tonight.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to do what they're doing well now when stuff like that happens. But again, learning process and missing key leadership, I think they're doing with what they have tonight. And there's a lot of heart on the field in the green side here.
Yeah, for sure. And this is one of those opportunities for a guy like Morey to step up and make some more plays and try and get this defense off the field without giving up a score. And we've got about 3:44 left on the clock here, so this one's winded down. And at this point, you got to give credit to the Warriors for really being Warriors and, you know, kind of coming out and doing their best. And it looks like St. Mary is going to go ahead and take the victory formation and run some time off this clock. And this is just good sportsmanship. I mean, they've got enough tape on their players to really have a good sense for their bench. Seen really good quarterback play from the number 2s, if you will. Both Swatowski and Jacobson tonight. We've seen some really nice running from Mertz and Durecki. Some nice catches as well. Cal Royce has definitely had an impact on the game tonight, as he quite often does. A little quiet, though. I mean, they're looking, obviously, to move that ball to some of the other players tonight. And a little bit of a cleaner game, too, for St. Mary. Obviously, some stuff on tape that Coach O'Connell is going to be able to work with at their film session on Monday as they get ready for Bel Air coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah, a bit of a coaching intelligence game, which comes at a really good time. I mean, saving up for the next football game, fresher legs, things in practice that they can kind of hearken and develop. I really like the chances. I haven't seen football played on this field yet that wasn't a victory for the Snowbirds.
They've been strong for the last several years. The linchpin there, the hurdle they've got to get over is up north at exit 310. That's Inland Lakes.
Right down to the exit, Tom.
Well, you know, that was an exit I'm very familiar with. I'm alum from that school, although, you know, I root for them on every game except for the one they play against St. Mary. I'm just going to be fully transparent.
I hear you. Little Birdie told me that you act like a birdie yourself a little bit. You've got some drones you fly around for some businesses in the sky there?
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that in the post-game show here in just a little bit. Of course, you know, we also have to talk about our post-game player of the game, so we'll have to think about that one a little bit. And when we take the break, as they take a knee again, that'll turn it over on downs with about a minute to go. And I think at this point, you know, we're just going to call.
Warriors will have it 1st and 10 from the Snowbird 26.
Just kind of a formality at this point. I don't anticipate really Forest Area doing much as far as running a play at this point.
I think I have an unanticipated pick for the player of the game.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely be looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that. Yeah, our Rafi's Hibachi and Sushi Bar player of the game. If you want to celebrate that big win or maybe a special event, make your plans at Rafi's and make it your destination. Something on the menu for everybody. Proud to be sponsoring the player of the game tonight. They'll get a gift certificate from Rafi's.
Wow, Bryce Bardoni has got a full fan entourage. Paula Morgan is rooting for him.
There we go.
Howard Kennedy says, "Let's go, Jacob. I'm watching."
Score this evening.
Paula Morgan says, "Watching my grandson."
Snowbirds moved to 3-0
Awesome.
on the season.
Hey, just want to also give a shout out to a couple more of our sponsors. Gaylord Seal Coating making the game possible for you. If you've grown up in Michigan, you know all about cracked roads and parking lot pavement issues. Well, you can trust that those potholes the size of offensive linemen, they're going to get taken care of. If your driveway, parking lot, or other surface needs an overhaul, check out the pros at Gaylord Seal Coating. Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. And, of course, if you didn't get a chance to see tonight's game, maybe your eyesight's not as good as it ought to be, Gaylord Eye Center will fix you right up. If you're a referee or just a spectator, you want to see the game as good as you can, yeah, you can go check out Gaylord Eye Center. 4 locations, actually. Gaylord, Boyne City, Sheboygan, and Bel Air. Get back in the game with Gaylord Eye Care Center, a local vision source provider and also a sponsor of our Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds. We appreciate all your support this fall. We're going to have some final thoughts of the game. We'll name our player of the game as well when we come back. You're watching Next Level Broadcasting.
Now, Northern Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Hey, welcome back to our post-game coverage. Gaylord St. Mary winner over Forest area tonight. And, of course, they'll be looking at the film on Monday and getting things ready for homecoming next week against the Bel Air Eagles coming to town. And Bel Air looking to get things rolling here. And, of course, St. Mary improves to 3-0. 2-0 in the Ski Valley Conference, and that gives them a share of first place with Pellston, and we'll see how things shake out for Inland Lakes and Onaway. Both of those teams poised with a win. It's a 4-way tie for first place at week 3 here in the Ski Valley Conference. So our Rafi's Hibachi players of the game. You've got one. Let's hear it, Tyler.
My pick goes to Mr. Mason Jewett, and the reason why...
Okay, for Forest area.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a play that pretty much summed up the whole game. He had
all right.
a run play where he set his team on fire. He gave them something to hope and something to fight for and just made it possible. And I think that that one play by that one player spoke more on the field than anything any other player did, even though there was multiple touchdowns scored and just well-played positions all over the place with the Snowbirds. I just think that one power punch of an underdog mentality was why I gave it to Jewett.
So on the other side of the ball, my favorite or my player of the game would be Braden Durecki. Looking at his effort and growth from week 2 to week 3, I mean, you saw a really confident player. He slowed the game down, hitting his holes and running with some power. Even though he's one of the smaller guys out there, he really knows how to leverage his body and use his balance and vision to create some big plays. Of course, responsible for 3 touchdowns in the first half on the ground, and credit to the other guys out there blocking. You love to see it from the wide receivers blocking downfield, and that's the kind of team. Listen, that's the kind of effort that's going to help you overcome the rest of these conference games and set you up for success. And ultimately, that's a Ski Valley championship, a win against Inland Lakes, and some success in the playoffs, something that St. Mary has been looking for a little while, and they've been on the doorstep numerous times. So definitely well on their way with this one, 3-0. And again, we'll look forward to seeing you next week when Bel Air comes to town for homecoming. Thank you so much for watching Next Level Broadcasting.